You know, I just can't wait to get my hands on Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I just love open world RPG games. I can't wait to grind out my character to insane levels at the start, unlock new abilities, and see what Xenoblade 3 has to offer. Hey guys, it's Rob here, and welcome back to the RoboChan Show, where we take the gaming news format that channels like Spawnwave or Arlo do, add a dash of animation and some cool editing on top to bring you your gaming news, leaks, and rumors in a fresh new way. If you're new here and want to be kept up on everything gaming, make sure you subscribe to the channel and leave a like if you enjoy the video and dislike if not. In this video, we are going to talk about the new Nintendo Direct that was announced for Xenoblade Chronicles 3 and how this could affect the June 2022 Nintendo Direct and how Nintendo Direct shares info on newer Nintendo Switch games. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like and a video about today's topic, and if you want to follow me on Twitter and help me reach my goal of 1,000 followers, you can follow me at RoboRob93. So Nintendo has not announced the June Nintendo Direct, a Nintendo Direct that should be giving us a whole new slew of information in the form of Splatoon 3 with its story and PvP, and I can't wait to try that out personally, to Breath of the Wild 2 with its mysterious arm with Link and the broken Master Sword. I mean really, what is up with the Master Sword? Tell me what you guys think is wrong with the Master Sword down in the comment section below. It's pretty safe to say that Nintendo has some huge surprises for us at the June Nintendo Direct, or whenever that next Nintendo Direct is gonna be, and I'm talking about the big Nintendo Direct, not the recent one announced for Xenoblade 3. Now, until now, there really hasn't been any Nintendo Directs, which is kinda crazy, right? It's the 20th, and typically we get a huge Nintendo Direct on the 14th or the 15th. Well, aside from the June 29th rumor that is going on right now, we don't really know when the next big Nintendo Direct is. But we won't have to wait for a Nintendo Direct in general, because we are getting a June Nintendo Direct for one of the games, and that is Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and this is what Nintendo's tweet said. Tune in on 6/2022 at 7 AM PT for the live stream of Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Direct presentation featuring roughly 20 minutes of information about the upcoming RPG adventure for the Nintendo Switch. Now, I will be live streaming this, so if you guys want to come by and watch it, I will, and maybe you can catch me drawing some characters from Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I'm a pretty decent drawer. Now, this does bring up a whole different conversation when you talk about the June Nintendo Direct, because you would think that this would be a segment during a Nintendo Treehouse, or even a Nintendo Direct that is cut down. And by the way, cut down, I mean maybe 10 minutes or 5 minutes. I mean, not that I'm complaining, I love that we're gonna get 20 minutes of this game, that's gonna be fantastic. Well, there are a couple things you have to think about, and I brought this up in my other videos as well too. Nintendo right now is just marketing the heck out of games. Specifically upcoming games that we have our focus on. We have had a ton of gameplay from Xenoblade Chronicles 3 to Mario Strikers to Fire Emblem Warriors. Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes to be exact. It would be kinda weird if Nintendo was trying to market an older Warriors game. Nintendo probably wants to market these games before any other games so they can have players focus on those releases. If you come out and say, hey, look at these other games, naturally people would end up buying those games instead of the upcoming games. Now, of course, not everyone would do that, but it would take away from the sales, or people who maybe can't buy both games and have to choose between one or the other. I think Nintendo just wants to have them focus on the game that they have upcoming. And this could potentially be why the June 2022 Nintendo Direct hasn't been announced, but one for Xenoblade Chronicles has. Now, another thing I want to bring up is the possibility that could happen. What if we have no Nintendo Direct at all? Kinda. I'll be going more in depth on this on my next video, which will have lip syncing in it, by the way, if you guys like that. But what if Nintendo were to have separate releases in videos and separate directs for other games instead of having it in one whole Nintendo Direct? Spread them out over the next couple weeks or even the next couple months or the summer until you get to that September Nintendo Direct. So that we're still getting news on these games and still getting new reviews, it's just spread out across a couple months. Because you have to keep in mind that Nintendo has a ton of games that are going to be released in the next couple months up until September. So I could definitely see Nintendo easily just spreading out the information over the next couple months, which I personally don't want. I do want them to have that huge Nintendo Direct. And part of that is me just being impatient and wanting information on these games, but I can totally see Nintendo spreading out over the next couple weeks or months. Now, aside from my multiple crazy theories about the June Nintendo Direct, it is kinda weird that we got this Xenoblade stream, and let me explain. It's not like Nintendo hasn't been giving us Xenoblade Chronicle 3 gameplay, right? We've had a ton of trailers already and Nintendo has been marketing the heck out of this game. So to give us a Xenoblade June Nintendo Direct, it's kinda weird, isn't it? And I'll be honest, I don't really have any theories on why Nintendo would do this other than to give us more gameplay. I mean, Nintendo is just the king of throwing curveballs at us. We don't know what they're gonna do. They have a weird mind. And sometimes we love it and it comes out with things like the Nintendo Switch, and other times it's just kinda confusing and we just gotta go with it. We can still voice our concerns and wants for the news, but Nintendo is gonna do Nintendo, you know? And it's kind of out of our hand, unfortunately. But overall, good news, guys. I would say this is a win for us, especially the people who are looking forward to Xenoblade Chronicles 3. And that being me. If you are excited for Xenoblade Chronicles 3, tell me in the comment section below, and also tell me what you think about this Nintendo Direct, and do you think Nintendo could spread out the information of a big Nintendo Direct over the next couple weeks or months? Or, you know, just put your theories down in the comment section below. And if not, on your way out, make sure you subscribe for more videos and also have that notification bell on. And if you want to support the channel in any other way, there is my Patreon and Twitter account in the pinned comment if you're interested in those. Oh, and also have this donut if you're still sticking around for me rambling. Thanks for watching, guys, and remember, stay safe, stay charged, and have a good one.